do la parola a Zuzana. Noi ci siamo incontrate a New York, se non sbaglio, a margine dell'Assemblea delle Nazioni Unite, perché e questo vuol dire dà l'importanza anche di che cos'è OGP. OGP nasce a margine dell'Assemblea Nazionale delle Nazioni Unite, ormai qualche anno fa c'è stato ancora un incontro quest'autunno, proprio quando si teneva l'Assemblea Nazionale delle Nazioni Unite, e Zuzana è nelle conclusioni perché la forza di OGP, come non ci stanchiamo di ripetere, è che ci sono sì governi, ma che ci sta la società civile. Ecco, ti do la parola con il riconoscimento proprio che la società civile è il motore dei passi in avanti che i governi riescono a fare proprio anche dentro questa organizzazione multilaterale di paesi.
Thank you very much, Minister. It was also a very productive meeting you mentioned we had in New York, and I would like to build up on it on our last steering committee meeting of Open Government Partnership. I will maybe not repeat the successes and the meaning of participation. Me, as a long-term anti-corruption activist and a former journalist, I am really a strong believer in participation and transparency, and I am confident from what I heard today that we all share the spirit, and we will find enough places to celebrate successes and to underpin why is it important. So let me please be the unpleasant bug, and let us focus on the challenges. And here I will again not say something original because everything was already said in this room, but I would encourage us to focus on what is really the key challenge. What should participation solve? And it brings me to the words that echoed my feelings and were brought by our dear CEO, Sanjay Pradhan. And I really believe that our ultimate challenge is declining trust. Citizens are losing trust into the system to such an extent that they are willing to radicalize and to destroy it. And I think that these words should really echo in our hearts and minds, because if we don't address them, we will lose the whole fight. And I come from a country, Slovakia, where we really feel it on the ground. We are a country with a rich and difficult history that through the fight for democracy bought many, many groundbreaking anti-corruption tools. We are leading in the mass of information we publish. We have one of the most progressive informational tools and laws in this country. And at the same time, we have one of the highest systemic levels of corruption in the European Union. So transparency and participation, unfortunately, didn't provide us with the answer. We have a big portion of our Slovak parliament held by anti-systemic forces and by straight-up extremists. So, showing you this example, I think that we really need to focus on what is declining the trust. And I feel that it's a big divide between elites and masses that have been so well described by you, Sanjay. People really feel that the system, democracy, is not answering their needs, and power has been captured by interests. They also feel that nowadays life is too complicated and it's very hard to understand, and they can't make their minds out of it. So I don't think that the participation, unless it's real, will fix the problem. We cannot fake it. We cannot just stay in these rooms talking about the spirit, but we really have to make it. The answer, as I listened today, is not in providing too many flashy tools that will feel people happy. Yes, that's a very important element, but we will not succeed, not even if we have these flashy tools, if the governments at the same time don't earn the trust, if they don't share and give up the power at the very sensitive spots that touch them. So while we have all the participatory tools, if there are still Helens around the world who are fighting for such a basic information then expensive of EU commissioners and can't get to it, citizens will not have a reason to trust that the governments are not keeping something away from them. And I really want to underpin what Helen, you said so greatly, that the information needs to be timely. People need to feel not only involved, but also respected and valued for the money they are contributing to the budgets. So I really would encourage us to share and open up the power where it touches the most sensitive grounds. And I would also want to stress what was already said today, that participation has to be real. Part of this divide that people are feeling is that the world and globalization works only for those ones who are successful, who are well educated, who are connected, who are IT literate. And it has been very well stressed by many of you that participation really needs to work for those ones who are marginalized, who are disintegrated, disconnected, who don't have the tools and who don't have the understanding. And one of the last points I would like to make is that participation really needs to be meaningful. Not in a sense as we sometimes drive it today, that everybody has a space to open up and contribute to everything. I think that we should really start to respect expertise back. It is very nice to have people experience the feeling of being included, but we have to go back in understanding that one needs to earn through their knowledge and experience and expertise the trust. So in that sense, I would like to share with you a feeling that I don't need to feel connected to everything in the world, because there are so many areas that I don't understand as a person. For example, GDP, mortgage rates, and these type of things. But I would feel trust to the government, and I would feel involved if I was confident that government opens up, is really respectful to the citizens, involves experts, involves also the voices that are on the margins of expertise, involves those that are maybe a little bit endangering the status quo of power, and has a really true dialogue about finding the solutions that benefit us all. So I think that participation is not a popular contest. We shouldn't end up using it as a marketing tool where we allow people to decide on whatever, because sometimes people really don't understand maybe the meaning of our investment into space technologies or physics or research. And it doesn't mean that these areas shouldn't have enough space for development. So yes, we need participation and inclusion, but we also need respect into expertise and space for areas that are not so popular, that are not so close to our hearts, and that are not so marketing oriented. So thank you for this space very much, and because I am also a steering committee member, I would like to deliver a final greetings to you and thanks from the steering committee of OGP, and say that you inspired by this Italian Open Government Week another set of activities within OGP, and there will be a larger week in May, as I was told by my colleagues. And this is a very important year for OGP as well, because 76 national and also national action plans will be delivered. And OGP, as dear Minister, you already mentioned, really is trying to higher the bar for co-creation standards and really make sure that the national action plans are co-created in a dialogue with citizens and are respecting and reflecting the needs of citizens. And we will be, all of us at the support unit, steering committee, but also the ministers here will be very happy to assist you if you need some tools, inspiration, if you need to look around for the groundbreaking reforms you would like to introduce you in your country. So thank you very much. Good luck with the afternoon sessions, and we are looking very much forward to the summit.